afternoon, good evening to you wherever you're watching from. And today we are diving right into another design. So today we'll be designing a resume, okay, a corporate for a graphics designer, let's say. Alright, so let's just dive right into what we have for today. The first thing I want to do is to create my canvas size, okay? So you can press Ctrl New or you click New File to create. Then I'm going to work in inches. So I'm working with 20 by 25. Alright, now the first thing I want to do is add a solid color background. A solid color here with white. And right here on this, I'm just going to my shape and I'll just drag right across here. Let's click and change the color. Let's work with green. Let's work with brown. I'm going to take my shape tool again. Right across here, I'll just drag. Just drag right across here. Okay. This is okay. This is okay. But let's just blend this and this. I'll come to this corner here and just pull it in. Alright. Let's change this color. So let's open this color, a darker shade of green. And I'm just going to click OK. So one group now reduce the size. It's looking too much. Size. Okay. And then I'm going to add a stroke to this. I'll go into my I'll go here where I have FX and I'm going to click stroke. I'm going to add a stroke of white. So I'll just click here where I have color, change it to white, click OK and drag and increase the size. Alright. And click enter. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to come here, take an ellipse tool, click the half shape, I'll take an ellipse tool. I'll press shift so that I get the perfect circle. I'll just drag increase. Alright, I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to come to my selection tool here and try to centralize this. Okay. And alright, that's good. Now I'm going to add the resource I want to use here. It's just one image, which is this. I'll take this, I'll drag and drop inside of Photoshop. After I drop inside of Photoshop, I'm going to reduce the size. Okay, and place this here. So ensure that this is placed directly in front of that ellipse shape. And click enter, so you adjust till you're satisfied. Then you right click on the image and then you create a clipping mat. Okay, how to clip the image. Alright, so now the next thing I want to do is I'll just add some text here. So you know what, let's just change the color of this so that it goes with the image I'm adding. The image is kind of blue, so let's just work with blue color blue. I'll first change this to a dark shade of blue. Okay, change this also. Alright, so the last thing I want to do here is alright, let's start adding our other information. So I'm going to start with text here and I'm going to your name. So don't forget, since we're designing something more corporate and formal, using simple and classy fonts like use Montserrat. So work with Montserrat. Let's use extra bold for the name. Okay, I think extra bold is too much. I'm just going to change that to semi bold. The space in between. Alright, I'll place this here. And next thing I want to add is a text. I'll click on my text tool again. I'm just going to click here and add the text. graphics designer. I'll select all of this. Let me just change the font to just one less bolder than this. So adjust the size, reduce the size. Okay, I can place here. Alright, the next now to do, I'm just going to duplicate this. This I'm going to click, make it duplicate. I'm going to double click and change this to profile. Select everything, change it to white. Change the color to white and click OK. So I'll change the font weight to semi-bold. Montserrat. Okay, I'm just looking around Montserrat font. I'm not going far away from it. So I'll drag this and place here. Alright, that's proper. And then next I want to do, I'm going to go to my text too. I'm going to create a text box. So I'll just drag from here to here to just complete a short profile about myself. I'm going to reduce the size of the font, reduce the size of the text. So you just drag right across here. So you click and you drag back. If you drag backwards, you want to reduce the size. If you drag forward, you want to increase the size. Now the space in between them is too much. So here, I'm just going to click on this drop down and take it to auto. Alright. I'm going to change the weight now of the font to regular. I'll still reduce the size of the font. I don't want something too much, it's just a short. And then I'll click enter. So if it's still looking too bit, let me change it to light. Next now also add also the text. My text tool, just click here. I'm going to add the text experience. Just I'm going to select it. I'm going to change the color to this dark shade that we're using. I'm just going to reduce the size of the text and then click enter. I'm going to double click the S here, supposed to be in calculator. So I'll just double click on this and then I'll change, click here and change capital letter S. Alright. So I'm going to select all of this. Let me change the weight to bold and then I'll go back to my smooth tool. Now the next thing I want to do, I'm just going to add like some work experience. Let's see, for instance, let me just copy this here. I'll click on this or I'll click and drag it. So let me change the color of this font here. So I'll just change the font color to this and click OK. Alright, let's reduce the size of this. Alright, that's good. That's good. Alright, so I can just duplicate these experiences here. I'll just click and drag. So what I want to do with this is I'll just click on it and then change. Let's say I have working experience in 2022. Click on that and change it to 2022. And then here you can use here to just write where you work, like the workplace or that, things like that. So let's adjust the here. I just saying that you click enter. Let's take this text here. Let's align it with this one here. Click enter. Alright, so now once that's done, so I can just make a duplicate of this. I just make a duplicate. Let's assume I had like 3 years, some 2 different years working experience. Just make alt, click alt again, click and duplicate. Just select all of this. If you have like your social media handles, you can add them here depending on you. So here now, maybe I want to add my info. I can just say, for instance, contacts. Just click alt. Let's click alt, click this and drag again and place this here. Okay. I'm going to double click on this and add text contact. Alright. So click, select all this and add contact. Then click OK. So here you can add probably, let me just take a circle here, click on shift and place. Alright, so I'm going to press the duplicate of this, click alt. Alright, click alt again and drag. Good. So this contact, I can just add text here and just add name, number, then let's say email, and let's see website. If I have one, select everything, let's change the font speed to, let's say we're using light, right, to change it to light. I'm going to reduce the size of this. Let me reduce the size a bit, let's say like to 30. Now the space in between them is too much. I'm just going to drag right across it and reduce it. So see drag and increase. Okay, 47 is okay. So if you have your website, your email number, you just add it there. And then one last thing I just want to add, I'll just take, let me just copy to, okay, I'll go with, so I can just copy here from experience here, bro. Just copy from experience and this first to here. I'll make a duplicate of this. Press Alt, click and drag and place here. What I want to use this to do is education. Okay, let's assume I learned somewhere. People actually learn graphics design as a course. I'll just change the color of this. I'll change the color to white and then click OK. Now let's edit this experience to education. Just double click experience shine. Then you change it to education. So you can just write here and then maybe the university you attend. It's all dependent on you. And then just the last thing I want to add before I call it a day. I'll just take a shape here, an ellipse 2 shape. Pick a shape, select ellipse 2. So I'll come here, I'll just click on shift and just drag out. Good. Now the only difference, I'm going to change the color to this color here. Okay. I'm going to add a stroke. Okay. You may have to just click and select white. Okay. So this is okay. Then I'll just make a duplicate of this. Just click on, then I'm going to duplicate this. And let's drag this out also. let's select this. So this and this. I'm going to select both of them and reduce the size a bit. Click enter. So I'll space them out too. Alright. Now I'm going to make a duplicate of education. Click alt, I'm going to click and drag. So what I want to add here is expertise. Expertise, anyone. So I'll click and then I'll change this to expertise. So I'll just say expertise. So I'm just going to move this up. So that will create space for press shift and move up. So I'll create space for like my text. So I'm going to increase this. Alright, so inside here, I'll just click on the text graphics, graphic designer. I'll select all of it. I'll change the font weight first to something like, let's see, medium. I'm going to reduce the size. I'm going to change the paragraph into centralized, and then the spacing between them, I'm going to set it to auto. I'll also reduce the size. I want it to enter into that circle there. That's too much. So 24 is okay. And then I'll just click enter. So let's reduce the size here. Good. Yeah, let's adjust this. We'll just drag this and place in the video. Alright, so I'll create a duplicate of this. Press Alt, click and drag out. And then I'm going to change the. I'm just going to double click to change this to motion graphics. So motion graphics. And enter. Great. Alright. So with this, we've come to the end of our design class for today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. You're watching from. I hope you learned something new. So I'm going to see you in the next one. Have a lovely day.